Judy Douglas, grade 5. My name is Judy Douglas. My mom works at home and my dad works for the National Park Service. He cuts down dead trees and does controlled burns to prevent forest fires. The whole thing started because certain people, who shall remain nameless, did some thoughtless things that I don't need to discuss here. This is so unfair. I have almost straight A's and I'm in the G&T program. That's gifted and talented. I would never break the law or do anything dishonest. Things just got out of control. The next thing we knew, we had to go talk to the police. Do you have any idea of how humiliating this entire ordeal has been for me? Do you know how upset my parents were when they found out? And now this is going to be on my permanent record, probably for the rest of my life. If this keeps me out of law school someday, I will be so angry. I'll sue. That's what I'll do. Well, if I get into law school, I'll sue. But if I get into law school, I won't need to sue. I just wish I could go to sleep and wake up and find out it was all a dream, like it never happened.
Judy's mom. My first reaction was that it was discrimination. We are one of the few African American families living in this area. When something bad happens to Judy, I can't help but wonder if it is bigotry at work. But I looked into it, and that wasn't the case. She and the others just did a dumb thing, and they got caught. It's as simple as that. And now they're going to have to pay for it.
Brenton Damagachi, grade 5. It's interesting how things happen sometimes. If I line up 10 dominoes and I push over the first one, the others will fall, one by one. But if I leave the first one alone, the other dominoes remain standing. Life is like that. The way your life plays out depends on which dominoes you choose to push over and which ones you leave alone. In this case, we pushed over the wrong domino. Can I get a drink of water or something?
Miss Rasmussen, 5th grade teacher. I was so excited walking into my very own classroom for the first time in September. I had been a student teacher in Ohio, and I was hoping to get a job somewhere in the West, preferably near a national park. I've always been a nature lover, and I wanted to share this with young people. When I got an offer to teach 5th grade at the Grand Canyon School, well, it was one of the best things that ever happened to me. The Grand Canyon. I had never even been here before. Just think, over the course of 4 billion years, the Colorado River slowly sliced this gash into the earth. I spent hours exploring it when I moved here and took lots of pictures of the layers of rock. The Grand Canyon is like a sculpture created by nature. I was in awe.
Judy Douglas, grade 5. When I walked into Miss Rasmussen's class on the first day of school, the first thing that struck me was that she was so young. I mean, she looked like she could have been one of the students. I like that because I figured she would be really enthusiastic about everything. Some of the older teachers who have been teaching all their lives don't get too excited about anything anymore. On the other hand, I was afraid Miss Rasmussen might not be experienced enough to handle some of the boys, who can be a problem sometimes.
Sam Dawkins, grade 5. So I walk into Miss Rasmussen's class on the first day of school in September, and I'm the new kid, so I'm a little nervous. And I don't want everybody looking at me, but they're all looking at me anyway because, well, I'm the new kid and everybody wants to check out the new kid. I scope out the scene, and it's obvious who the cool kids are, who the dumb kids are, who the smart kids are, and who the dorks are. I could tell in a minute. The class had the usual number of clueless dweebs, pre-jock idiots, losers, brown-nosers, and bullies, just like my old school. But the one kid who stood out was Brenton. You just knew the first time you set eyes on him that there was something different about this kid.
Judy Douglas, grade 5. Brenton would dress funny with these stiff, long pants no matter how hot it was. He always wore a button-down shirt.